Hello friends, my name is Ritu Sachdev. Today here in this tutorial I am going to show you how to create a navigation bar in Bootstrap. Although Bootstrap comes along with different types of navigation bar, but the navigation bar today we are going to create is fixed from the top. That is, if we are going to have a scrollable page, this navigation bar is going to behave as a fixed on the top. This navigation bar is also a responsive one. At the initial, you may find it little difficult to create this type of menu bar, as we are going to have so many divs, and all these divs are going to have different classes, but all the classes are pre-written in Bootstrap and it really don't require much of coding. So it is only the matter of practice, guys. Before we start, let me preview up the navigation bar which we are going to create in this tutorial. See here, I have a nav bar which contains few tabs: home, about me, subjects, contact. And on the subject you can see drop down arrow, and when I will click on this subject tab, here I will have a drop down list which contains several other items. This is just a name of company, and to the home page I have applied an active class to make it look different from the rest of others. We can shift this class active to another pages also when we will work on this another pages. It shows currently we are on the home page in our web page, and this nav bar is a responsive nav bar. When I will collapse my browser window, see, right now this is for the large devices, and when I will collapse it more, suddenly there will be a breakpoint. See, here is a breakpoint which shows we are previewing this web page in a smaller devices like our tablets or our mobile phone. No matter how much I will collapse, this nav bar is going to behave responsive. We are having button instead of the complete nav bar. When we will click on this button, we are having our drop down list. When I will click again on this button, this menu bar is disappeared. So it toggles when I will click on and off on this button. And this button contains 3 dash which shows it's a menu bar. As subjects tab is having some more sub items, so when I will click on subject, I'm again having my sub items. This navigation bar is fixed from the top. That is, if we are having some content on our web page and if we are going to scroll it, this is fixed on the top. So let's get started. Here I have already opened up Adobe Dreamweaver CS6 and the doc type I am using is HTML5. I have given title to this document, Fixed nav bar. Now, first thing first, let me link up all the necessary files for this document. First, let me paste something in the head section. This is the latest minified version for jQuery, which you can easily get from jQuery.com. And for other files related to Bootstrap, let me go to official website of getbootstrap.com. Inside Getting Started tab, let me copy this CDN file. You can also download this file, but let's use CDN for this document. Let's copy to clipboard. Let's go to Dreamweaver. Let me paste it here. Now One thing I would like you to do is add HTTP column before this links, as they are missing that HTTP column. So now we have linked up all the necessary file. Two of is .css and one is .js and one is minified version for jQuery. Now let's begin to create our navigation bar. Inside body tags, first let me insert a div. With a class of navbar dash default. The next class I want is navbar dash fixed dash top. Let me close this div. This is a fixed navbar from the top. Even though when we scroll, this is going to be fixed. So we have given it class navbar dash fixed dash top, and this navbar is the default navbar in Bootstrap. So the class is navbar dash default. This is a navbar, so a class is navbar. Now in the comment, to be very clear for you, let me mention, as we are going to create so many divs inside divs to apply all the classes. So this is end of this div class navbar dash default navbar dash fixed top. Inside this div we are going to code our navbar. The first thing I'm going to do is have a div with a class of container, a pre-inbuilt class in Bootstrap. All these classes we are going to apply are pre-inbuilt in Bootstrap. Let me again mention my comment, end of div container. Inside this container, let me have a div with a class of navbar dash header. Let me close this div navbar header. Let's have our comment, end of div navbar dash header. Inside this navbar dash header, let's have a anchor tag. Inside this anchor tag, we are going to have title which will be linked up with your website. So, href equal to, right now for the link I am giving hash. You can give your link, and the class we will give is navbar dash brand. That is the name of your company. So the class is navbar-brand. Say for the name, I'm using my own name. Let me close this anchor tag. Let's save up all this and let me show you preview what we have done up till now. Let's preview it in a Chrome. This is what we have done so far. A div with a class of navbar header. So you can see a gray color block as a header, and the brand name which we have given is the title Ritu Sachdev is here. It's a clickable link. You can give link to your web page. Here it is, hash we have used for now. Now after this end of div navbar-header, let's create our navbar. Div with a class of navbar-collapse, as we are going to create a responsive navbar. So let's give a class navbar-collapse and the second class be collapse. Let's close this div. End of div navbar-collapse. So the things are very clear. Now we are going to work in this div to create our clickable links for this navbar. To have those links, let me generate unordered list. And have UL tag for that. Now to this UL, let's add a class navbar-nav. Now let's add our list items, the tab which we are going to have in our web page, as this will be the clickable links for various pages. So let's have a anchor tag href. Again I am giving hash. You can give the name of page instead of hash. Home. Now let me close this anchor tag and close this li tag. This is how it is. Now let me copy and paste it several times. To the second link, just let's make it about me or about us. Third, let it be subjects. As I also teach online this subject, so just let me have the third tab be subjects. You can have these tabs according to your requirement for your web page. Let the fourth tab be contact. Now let's save up all this and let's preview in a browser. Let's refresh our page now. So here it is. All the tabs we have: home, about me, subjects, contacts. Now let's create a drop-down menu on this subjects tab. So if you want to have some more sub-item inside a main item, so let's create sub-item inside this subjects. This is the third item. Let's add drop-down menu here. Now after this anchor tag, let's have a class drop-down dash toggle. Data dash toggle is equal to drop down. Now inside this ally tag, let's add an unordered list to create the sub item. So let me have a UL tag. Let me close this UL tag first. Now inside this UL tag, let me add a class drop-down dash menu. Now let's have ally again. These sub items will be a clickable links. We are going to have sub item inside this ally tag. So a href is equal to hash. Let the link be Adobe Dreamweaver. Let me close this anchor tag, close this ally tag. You can have your own item inside this. This is the text I'm gonna be having on the sub items. Let me copy it and paste it several times. Now let me make certain changes. Adobe Dreamweaver, Adobe Photoshop, let it be WordPress. Now let's add CorelDRAW. Let me add few spaces so that things will be much more clear. This is our subject tab. Inside this we are having sub items. Again we have created drop down list inside this subject by having UL tag. And this is opening ally and closing ally for the subject. Now let's save it up and let's reload. See, it appears as nothing changed, but when we will hover on subject, I am going to have a drop down list of all these 4 items we have specified. Now to let the people know that this subject is a drop down list, let's have an arrow, downward arrow near to this subject in this menu bar. So let us go to Dreamweaver again. After this anchor tag inside subject, before this closing anchor tag, Let's add a span tag. Give it a class of caret. I will close this tag, close this span tag. So just to this subject tab, we have given a class caret. Let's save it up and let's reload. See, we have a drop down arrow on subject. So now the visitor will easily know it's a drop down list here inside. Now let's add a class active to this menu bar. So if we are on the home page, so this home should be highlighted, and if we are on about me should be highlighted. So let me show you how we can add active class to this our nav bar. So let us go to again Dreamweaver and simply just to this li items, let's add a class active. Let's save up and let's reload. Here to home I have applied class active, so the home is highlighted as we are on the home page. It's an indication. See, to this home. If you will shift this class on other li items, that tab will be highlighted. As now we are going to create a responsive nav bar. So let me collapse my browser window and see what happens. See, slowly I am collapsing my browser window. The time will come when this menu bar will be disappeared. See, here it is. Here is a breakpoint. This is for small devices like our tablets or mobile phones. Now, as we are going to have a small button on this right side, and when we will click on that button, we will have our menu bar for the small devices. Like you can see here on the Chrome, I have this button. Let's create same button here, and when I click here, all the links are visible for this window of browser Chrome. History, downloads, new window, new tab. So let's have this type of button in our menu bar. So let me go to Dreamweaver again and here inside div class nav bar header. Inside this nav bar dash header, before this anchor tag for brand name, let me create a button. As we are going to have a small button. Button dash type button. To this button, let me give a class nav bar dash toggle. Data dash toggle is equal to collapse. Data dash target is equal to dot nav bar dash collapse. This means to the button tag we have applied a class nav bar toggle and data toggle is collapse. We are going to target the class nav bar collapse which we have applied. Here it is nav bar collapse. So it's a class, so we are using dot nav bar dash collapse. Now let me close this button, and inside this button we are going to have 3 dash. As you can see, this Chrome browser is also having 3 dash. So this is a button, and inside button we are going to have this 3 dash. So to have this 3 dash, let's have our span tag with a class of icon dash bar. Let's copy it and paste it 3 times. First, let me close this span tag and let's copy it and paste it 3 times, as we are going to have 3 lines. Right? Let's save it up. Let me have few space so that everything will be much more clearly visible. This is our button tag. Contains 3 dash that is the class icon dash bar. Let's save it up. Now, as it is already in the small view, let's click reload. See, the moment I click reload, we have our button which contains 3 lines, and when I will click on it, I have my drop down list here for the subjects also. And when I will maximize or restore my browser's window, see, it is for larger devices like desktop. And let me collapse it one more time to show you the difference, how things are going to look. Let me collapse it slowly. See, at the break point, we are going to have this button. And when I will click on this button, we are going to have our drop down menu bar. So we have created our responsive menu bar. When I click on it, it disappears. Again, when I click, it shows me the drop down list. Now, as I have told you, as this is a fixed nav bar on the top, let me have some dummy content on the page. So when I will scroll, you can see how it is fixed on the top. Now inside this body tag, let me paste up some dummy content. I am pasting all this inside a div with a class of container. Again, a pre-inbuilt class in Bootstrap. Now let's save it up. Let's reload in our browser. See, now I have a scrolling page and this nav bar is still fixed on the top of page. See guys, this is just a matter of practice. We are having so many divs inside divs. But if you have noticed, it really don't require much of coding. All these are the pre-inbuilt classes we have applied, which comes along with the Bootstrap. So the Bootstrap does not require much of coding. All this is just a matter of practice. So just with these few classes, how we have created our responsive menu bar. When I collapse, we have a beautiful button for these small devices. So this is done, friends, and if you like this video of mine, do thumbs it up, do share it, and do not forget to subscribe me. And if you want to learn these subjects directly from me, do contact me. Have a good day. Bye-bye.